system building is happen. So most of them are asked how we can able to build the system, or how we can able to read the data, or how we can able to read the image, or how we can able to do it in the hardware. These are the maximum questions I got it from morning. So this everything will happen only this system building. So if that has to happen, till now whatever we discussed, these all data has to be there as compressed. So any doubts you can ask, we can move on to the next. Otherwise, you want break or something? Okay. Okay. So we created two versions of a system. The first version is a base version and it doesn't have any optimization and it will not work for the real time. The reason, actually it will work for the real time but with some constraints, but not for the general purpose. So, and the hardware usage and the utilization, everything will be more, power usage is more for the first version. We optimized the first version into second version, so we got some better result. So, for the first version, before going to that, these are the basic blocks we have for the first version. So, what we need is, in the sense, we need an image or video. So, camera will give that. Once we get, we have to store all these values. So, some memory functionality is required. After that, we need to transform into spatial domain. A transformation functionality is required. QR code, which is a data function, required. And then we need to watermark. Watermark functionality is required. And then we have to inverse transform. Once we inverse transform, again we need to find out the proper pixel location. And we have to reconstruct. We have to store it again. And at last, VGA display we have to go. But if you look, there is no optimization. It's just a mathematical and logical flow as it is we gave. So whenever a data frame is there, we just store it. Whatever is coming, you just store it. I don't care about the bit location and where it has to store, how to optimize anything. Similarly, we use a tandem architecture here. Tandem in the sense, in case if I want to process a functionality, first functionality will not give all the inputs at a time. So it needs some amount of time to read all the inputs. So once all the inputs are read, then only I can start processing. But after this time, if I start process, definitely I can't complete within the limited time the entire input functionality. So I'll keep the same kind of resource as an additional copy. So second set of input, I'll store it in the second additional copy. So during the second set of input storage time, I'll process the first set. So after processing this, I'll start processing the second set. During that time, the third set will be stored in the first set of storage. So this switching, we'll normally call it as tandem. So when the first frame is stored, nothing will happen. When the second frame starts storing, first frame will go for a processing. And second frame when start processing, third frame will get stored in the VRAM 1. So this switching, it will keep on happen. This is called tandem. But this camera actually will give 8-bit at a time. And this 8-bit actually is a half of the pixel. So if I want the complete pixel, first I need to convert it into 16-bit. So after the 16-bit, I need to check what is my output standard. So standard here, the VGA resolution, we choose only a 4-bit, 4-bit, 4-bit version and 3-bit, 2-bit and 2-bit version. It means RGB has 444 12-bit or else 332 RGB. R is 3-bit, B is 3-bit and RGB. B is 2-bit. So total 8-bit. So two different versions we used it. So whatever we process, at last we need either 8-bit or 12-bit, even though 16 bits are available. So whatever the bits are there, here itself we try to optimize the bits. That means out of RGB, in case R required 4-bit, 3-bit in the sense, out of 5-bit, MSB 3-bit alone we'll took it. Because MSB has the most valuable information. So something like that, we took 64 pixels. Actually this 64 is 8 to 64 in the sense 8-bit and it's converting to 64 pixels. So that 64 pixels may be 12-bit or 8-bit. That's what I didn't mention. And this 8 cross 8 is a two-dimensional one. So whatever this is there, this is a single frame. So like that single frame, we stored it in one row. Single frame, we stored it as a one row in the BRAM. Here, instead of 0 to 63, 0 to 63, 0 to 63, 0 to 63, like that we kept it. So this is one BRAM and this is another BRAM. So if I start reading the first row, means first entire thing we need to read. So once it's there, once we started reading the first row, this smart counter, actually the thing which is used to read or write your data in the BRAM. So BRAM has an address line, BRAM has a data line. This is something like your SRAM only. So it has a data line, it has an address line. So this data line, whether it has to act as a input or output, we have to check it. So if a write address is there, it will write. If a read address is there, it will try to read. So inside the location, whatever the data line is there, whether I have to write it or else from inside the location, whether I have to read the data to the outside world. To say these things, I need some kind of control logics or control signals to say that when my processing has to start, because at 0th clock, whenever after a reset, whenever a power on off camera happen, it means power on reset. Whenever after a reset, it will start sending the pixels. So at clock 0, my first pixel will be here. So after 64 clock cycle, the entire thing is stored, I will start giving the inputs here. So after 64 clock cycle, 65th clock cycle I will start here. From 65th, 640 into 480 clock cycles I have to write here. Okay. After 64 plus 640 into 480, 64 plus 640 into 480, that means 64 plus 3072 is 00. So 3072 64 clock cycle, I will start writing here. So during that time, I start reading my first pixel. So my writing value of first pixel is 65. My reading value of first pixel is 307264. So this is the calculation first I need to do it initially. After doing, I need to finalize my counter size. So my counter size is 307264. So that is my maximum counter. So once 307200 it's happened, entire frame is finished, that's what. So once this entire frame is finished, again from starting 0, the next frame is there, I can understand. So when next 0 is there, I can say start reading the first row. Okay. So in the binary again, if you check how many numbers you have, in case if you want to repeat for 64 clock cycle, last 6 bit alone you take. It will keep on repeating. That's what the number system has an advantage. So this mod counter 68400, because 64 as one row, sorry 68400 as rows are there, each row will have a 64 bits. So 38400 is my maximum count. Actually, I need it for here. So the master counter is for 307264, but the counter for the BRAM is 38400. Okay. So, but the problem here, it's not just 64, it's 64 into n, either 8 or 12. Okay. So that many number of data bit width for the BRAM, it will be highly difficult to read. That's what I said, with constraint it will work. If it is 8-bit or 32-bit or 64-bit, it's sufficient. But 64 into 8 or 640 bits nearly approximately. So 640 bits to read in a single cycle means the delay will be huge, power will be huge, and the board it will not withstand for the real time, because memory delay will be the maximum delay in the entire system. Even if you have multiple multipliers or division circuits or whatever, memory will have the maximum delay. That's what even in the processor, the number of clock cycle is, they'll say machine cycle, read machine cycle. How many machine cycle means how many memory access we are doing. That is our maximum delay. So compared to your logic delay, your memory will have the maximum delay. That memory also, if the width increases or depth increases, the delay will keep on increase. So per line, it's huge. So this is not the optimal solution. But this is also one of the basic solution, because we need to generate a algorithm and we need to design the system. Initial version, we have to move on from scratch. So while move on from scratch, the base version after we create, what are the difficulties we get? Based on that, we have to regenerate our circuit or redesign our circuit. So while redesigning, eliminate this to something else. Otherwise, it will be a problem. After this counter, because we have two BRAMs, it has to say whether read from this BRAM or read from this BRAM. Similarly, both it has to say. This signal will happen again based on the user constraint. Something when odd frames, all the even frames are written in this. Correct? Because first frame written in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So all odd frames are written in this. So I have to predict which is an odd frame. So after a reset, the first frame, whichever is coming, definitely is the odd frame. So once that frame is completed, the next frame is a even frame. So it will be a toggle. One frame completion will say odd and even. So we need one more signal to generate the odd and even frame. After this odd and even, if odd, write in this. If even, write in this. Similarly, if even, read in this. If odd, read in this. Correct? That's what it's called as a tandem. So read and write is a switching. So odd means we are writing in one position, reading in some other position. Even means we are writing in some other position and reading in the same position. So that's what this is tandem it's doing. So